Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and guess what today is? That is right, boys and girls. It is the start of a brand new competitive season, and the start of me feeling bad about myself. But with every single new competitive season, I always try to make a video giving you a tiny list of heroes that I think will be good in the competitive season. In this case, season 16. That way, before you maybe play your placement games, you can try to sharpen your skills up with these heroes, or you can possibly even learn it. Please don't learn these heroes in competitive. Try to learn in quick play. And typically with these list videos, I never try to give you some obvious super meta heroes. One, because they're meta. You already know that they're going to be good. And two, you're probably already great with these heroes because they are so meta. I really want to shine light on heroes that you might not even think are going to be good in season 16 and so on and so forth, but that you might not even think could be countering the super meta heroes, which is GOAT heroes. So that's what this list is really inspired from. Obviously to hang with the GOAT meta, but to possibly destroy the GOAT meta. These aren't gonna be the best heroes, alright, I'll admit that, but most of us don't want to play GOATs anyway, so let me provide you a list of some other heroes that you can play that can hang with or without the GOAT meta. And if you know the format, you know we do 2 DPS, 1 tank, and 1 healer because, well, we all want to play some DPS heroes, and there's more DPS than tanks. So, starting off with the very first hero that I think is gonna be so great in Season 16, and especially great against the GOAT meta, and could possibly hang with the GOAT meta, is, yes, Hanzo. I know, I say all the time I hate Hanzo, and I still hate Hanzo, but I never say he's a bad hero. I just say he's an easy hero, I say he's a cheap hero, I say he's an annoying hero, but he's not a bad hero. So before I get an angry mob right outside my window calling me a virgin, let me explain why I say Hanzo is going to be a great DPS, especially in Season 16. Well, not even just especially in Season 16, but just in this current meta that we're standing in right now. First of all, obviously Zarya is going to be played. If you're not playing Zarya, you're probably thrown, or probably because, well, I mean, you need a shield tank, you're probably playing Reinhardt. But Zarya is an excellent tank to play, not only right now, but pretty much in competitive Overwatch in every single competitive season because of her grab ultimate ability. And the thing about Hanzo is that he has one of the greatest ultimate abilities paired up with Zarya's ultimate. You're not going to live in a Zarya Dragon's grab combination unless you have a Zenyatta ultimate. But even then, sometimes if you nano the Hanzo, you should be able to shred even through the Zenyatta ultimate. So basically, there's nothing stopping that. There is nothing stopping that lethal combination of ultimates. On top of that, he has so much. He has one of, if not the most DPS potential out of all the DPS heroes because of his Storm Arrow, because of his ability to get headshots instantly on squishy heroes from 5 meters away or from 50 meters away. On top of that, he can shred through tanks with his DPS potential and his Storm Arrow ability more specifically. So that's why I say he's not only just a great hero to play, even if you're not playing GOATs, with or without GOATs, he's going to be great. But if the enemy team is running GOATs and you're stubborn and you're annoying, but you're a god tier Hanzo, which I highly doubt you are, then I would suggest to play Hanzo. I know it might seem like I'm high, but I truly mean it that Hanzo is going to be a hero that can hang. But while Hanzo is going to be considered a quote-unquote safe DPS pick, if you even want to call him a safe pick, this next DPS hero is going to be a little bit more riskier, a little bit more cheeky, but if you're trying to stop the GOAT composition on the enemy team and you want to run a little bit of a bunker comp, then I would say Bastion is going to be a great DPS hero to be running in Season 16. Now, as time goes on, Bastion has become more and more accepted in, I wouldn't say regular compositions, but cheesy compositions. I'm talking about moving the payload, say, on Junkertown or Route 66, possibly playing on defense on 2CP on Hanamura or Voskaya Industry, all because he can either be stationary or move with the payload. However, now with the addition of Baptiste, now you're going to be able to run this thing, what is called the bunker composition. And what this is, what it requires is, I would say 3, possibly 4 heroes, which is going to be a Bastion and Baptiste, obviously, and Orisa with an Orisa shield. You can run a Reinhardt, but if you really want to shred through the enemy GOAT compositions, you're gonna be wanting to run an Orisa because of that extra DPS, and maybe a Mercy just to power up the Bastion. I wouldn't say it's really required, but it's definitely helpful. But this is really only when your team is coordinated and willing to work with the bunker composition, since it is such a demanding composition, because some people aren't always comfortable with an Orisa or a Baptiste. Some people straight up just don't even want a Bastion on their team, or maybe you're on a map that isn't favorable favorable for the bunker composition and extra favorable for, say, the goat composition, maybe a control map or something. Again, this is more or less a composition where you see the enemy team is destroying you with goats, and this could be one of your options that you can suggest to your team, saying, hey, they're running goats, we don't really have anything up our sleeves, and we're on defense, let's try to run bunkers so that they won't be so easily able to capture the point on us. With Baptiste's massive heal potential, along with the addition of Orissa's DPS, this is a good idea if you're just all out of options. You just have to work around the Bastion, protect the Bastion, guard him with your life, make sure you're babying him. If you gotta res him, and if you're playing Mercy, then res him and nobody else, because that is going to be your ticket to victory against the GOAT composition. But now that begs the question, what is going to be a great tank to run in Season 16? Basically all of them. Even Roadhog. Roadhog's been giving a lot more love recently with the addition of Baptiste and Immortality Field being a thing. But I'm going to go with Orisa being a great hero to play in Season 16, aside from the 60 million tanks that you could possibly play. Again, I just want to give you a list of heroes that you don't know could be good in Season 16. This is always hard because I want to say Zarya, but I already listed Zarya about 4 times. I want to say Reinhardt, but it's just so obvious. He's always been meta. Orisa's been one of those heroes that's been... So let me talk and give reasons as to why Orisa is a somewhat decent pick. The first and obvious reason is that if you're going to be running a bunker composition, I would say you want to try to run Orisa because of that added DPS potential. What I said in the Bastion segment could easily apply when it comes to Orisa, all because of the kind of tactic that you're running, trying to shred the GOAT composition on the enemy team and the added DPS potential that you really need that only Orisa can provide, along with the added protection from the shield. You get the best of both worlds when it comes to Orisa. With Reinhardt, you get the added extra shield, but not the added DPS, and you really need that DPS when it comes to bunker comp. But once you get your ultimate, it's basically game over because you just gotta throw your bongos down and Bastion is gonna kill everybody. Whether he uses his ultimate or not, all the tanks are going to die, baby boy. So that's why I say Orisa is gonna be good under the assumption that you're wanting to run bunker. There is just so much potential. She fits so well with Immortality Field with that stationary, very rock solid, hard. Hold on a sec. Staying with your stationary shield, but more importantly, your stationary Bastion and the Baptiste in the back line can only lead to great things and greater heals because, well, he's healing the Bastion, but since you're so close to the Bastion, you're also going to be getting healed too. It's more or less a stationary GOAT composition. No, that sounds a little silly, but you get what I'm trying to say. Orisa is just a hero that I think you should consider going into Season 16, but if you're confident on Ryan, then yeah, stay your Reinhardt. I'm not your dad. I'm not telling you what to do. But ladies and gentlemen, now let's talk about what I think is going to be a great healer for you to learn in this up-and-coming season, and that is going to be Soldier 76! It's Baptiste. You saw this from a mile away because I've been harping about the bunker composition, but also Baptiste himself constantly throughout this whole entire video. So let me explain one more time as to why I think Baptiste, but more importantly, the bunker composition is not only going to be great against the GOAT composition, but just a great composition in general. So when it comes to Bastion, he provides the DPS potential. When it comes to Orisa, she provides the shield and a little bit of extra DPS potential. When it comes to Baptiste, obviously you provide the heal potential, but on all of your teammates. And how bunker works is that you all play around the Bastion. You all have to protect the Bastion. Bastion is your golden ticket to the promised land. So if you're healing the Bastion, you're healing everyone because everyone is near the Bastion. Whether it's your heal grenades, whether it's your AoE heal ability, all of that. So you're gonna be healing everybody with less time spent than say if you were healing with Mercy or say with Ana because they have misogynistic heals. But more importantly, it's the Immortality Field. This is what makes Baptiste Baptiste. Nobody in the game can ensure that your team will not die for at least a couple of seconds. Yes, it can't be destroyed, but if someone is diving your Bastion, say a Genji, say a Diva, a Winston, throw that sucker down and he's gonna kill them. He should at least kill them because they don't have enough time to react to the fact that they're focusing the Bastion. Oh, now I gotta focus this little lamp. Okay, it's destroyed, but then when it gets destroyed, they should die. And during that time, you're just gonna be healing the Bastion over and over and over and over and over again, which leads to his Matrix ultimate ability. The fact that you're constantly not only healing the stationary target that is so desirable on the enemy team, but the fact that you're also able to heal multiple teammates at the same time is just gonna build your ultimate so fast, which leads to even more DPS potential with the Bastion and Orisa. If you're wanting to stop goats, if you're wanting something else to play, and if you're willing to play cheese, go with Baptiste. He's a great healer in general, even if you're not running bunker, okay? Even if you're running goats or running 2-2-2, he's gonna be a great healer, assuming that you can utilize the Matrix. Again, it's a little bit hard to use the Matrix because it is such a stationary thing, and if the team sees that, well, they're not gonna push anymore because they don't want to get shredded. But at least when it comes to the bunker composition, you're always stationary. So whether you throw the Matrix down at the right time or not, well, I mean, you're not going anywhere. You're gonna be shooting through the Matrix either way. Baptiste is what I think is gonna be the next broken meta hero. He's gonna be the next Mercy back in Season 8. He's gonna be the next Brigitte back in Season 13 because of not only Immortality Field, but the fact that he has such great burst, heals, AoE heals, a Matrix. Oh, there's just so much to nut over when it comes to Baptiste that I am surprised not more people are playing him. But as always, I never try to say that this is going to be the only heroes that you should run. You can still run the Genji, the Tracer, the Mei, the Soldier. You can run whatever you want. However, if you want the most, I wouldn't say the most optimal heroes, because if you want the most optimal heroes, just play the strong 7. But if you want strong optional choices, then consider these heroes. Honestly, I'm just suggesting them. You don't have to play them, but I think these are going to be great heroes to play in Season 16. So anyway, guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.